Welcome back, guys, to another episode of my Shrewsbury Town career on FIFA 15. So carrying on with Shrewsbury, in the last episode I made 3 additions to the team. I brought in Dele Alli from MK Dons for a sum of 350 grand. I managed to sign Josh Vela from Bolton on loan for the whole season, and also Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, who will also be on loan for the rest of the season. Now I think those 3 players can definitely come into this Shrewsbury team and make an impact and help us secure promotion for next season. More so Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, because he was showing more potential than the other 2 when it came to the scouting reports. So I decided to start him in this game for Shrewsbury straight off the bat, just dropping him in at the deep end in our first game of the season in League 2 against Luton Town. We were away. You can see Luton's starting lineup. They've got Guttridge in central attacking mid. They've got Gutierrez and their 2 centre forwards, Benson and Cullen. 2 players that we needed to watch out for, but I was confident that my back 4, Goldson, Grandison and also Ellis, could get the job done. And you can see my starting lineup. So Collins started up front with Akpro. You got Clark on the right and Grealish, as I mentioned, on the left. Weslowski in central mid alongside McAllister. So it's looking good. All the players fully fit and raring to go for the season ahead. Players to watch out for, I think, is definitely going to be Collins and Akpro. Hopefully those 2 will be able to work together. And I forgot to mention that I have also signed James Wilson. How could I forget that? I managed to sign him on loan from Manchester United as well. So we've got a bit of depth when it comes to my strikers. So if maybe Collins or Akpro were to pick up an injury, then of course Wilson will come in and replace them. Getting time on the pitch as well, getting that vital experience for such a young player, and I'm sure Louis van Gaal will appreciate that as Manchester United manager. So Grealish completed a nice pass there to McAllister. Eventually came back to McAllister after passing it back to Grandison. Found Collins. Weslowski just passing the ball around outside the area. Eventually the ball found its way back to Jack Grealish. He could see the keeper slightly off his line, and he took his chance, getting his debut goal for Shrewsbury Town and putting Shrewsbury into the lead. 15 minutes gone of the game. That goal was a work of art, and it's a fantastic way to kickstart our season in League 2. Grealish wasn't even put under any pressure, so he had plenty of time to take aim and then pull the trigger, and it's about 25-30 yards out. Keeper, as you can see here, off his line, not really guarding his top right hand corner, almost as if he's forgot where his goal is, and he is made to stretch for the ball, but just not good enough for Luton Town as they found themselves trailing with just 15 minutes gone of the game. Nightmare start to their campaign as Shrewsbury Town kickstart theirs. They always say that the team that gets an early goal in a game always finds it harder to hold on to it, maintain that lead and maybe even extend it, as the opposition, they just fight back and they know they have plenty of time to do such. And that's what was happening in this game against Luton. They were really taking it to us, wanting to get back into it, and you can see that they took the ball down the right hand side, crossed it in just outside the box. Benson for Luton did well to connect with the ball, almost guided it into the back of the net as well. Thankfully it went wide. Now at half time I did bring on loanee James Wilson from Manchester United to replace Akpro. Now I thought Akpro wasn't really pulling his weight in that first half. I know he's better than that, but I thought, well, I'll give James Wilson 45 minutes on that pitch, see what he can do. You know, going by Jack Grealish's debut, maybe James Wilson can have an even better debut for Shrewsbury Town, maybe getting a couple of goals, maybe even a hat-trick. It would have been fantastic. We did get a couple of more chances, as you saw with that shot, just went over into the crowd, but look at the passing game onto Jack Grealish with great pace, almost storming through their back 4. He was surrounded by 3 players, nowhere else to go, and I still managed to get that pass to James Wilson, who did swing in the cross. Nothing really came of it, as James Collins was slightly out of position and wasn't prepared to take it on. Benson for Luton, who was really causing me a headache in the second half, almost got the equaliser right at the end of the game. How annoyed I would have been if that had gone in, but it would have been a nice finish as he hit that on the volley. He'll certainly be kicking himself, because it was a perfectly delivered ball to him. But anyway, we managed to hold out for a 1-0 win. I'm happy with that on the opening day of the new season. and we do get all 3 points. Look at this headline as well. Peyton treats fans to debut victory. But as you know, it wasn't just me that was debuting in competitive football for Shrewsbury Town. It was also Jack Grealish who got the winner. If it wasn't for him, we probably would have come away with just a boring 0-0 draw. And then it was on to our next game. What a game this was going to be for Shrewsbury Town. A right old test against Charlton Athletic away from home in the Capital One Cup. I know it's starting so early for the lower league teams right at the start of the season. And I thought, you know, I'm going to change the team around slightly since that game against Luton, and I brought in Dele Alli, Will Digg, got Ryan Woods there at right back, sticking with the same keeper, Luke Wheeler, and James Wilson started this game, so I wanted to put him to the test, see how he could get on in what will be one of our biggest fixtures this season. And it wasn't really the best of starts, to be honest. 4 minutes in, and it would be Church for Charlton that would get the first goal of the game. I felt so sorry for the keeper because he almost saved it. He had it there, but the ball just kept on rolling underneath him and just slowly rolled across the line. He even turned around to see it go in as well, and he couldn't do much about it really. And Knight Percival was there as well, but he wasn't really supporting him too much as he wasn't close enough to the ball to stop it rolling across the line. Had a good chance here with Aaron Wildig. Should be putting that into the back of the net really. Keeper was off his line, but for some reason I went for the chip. What I was thinking about, I don't know, and there certainly wasn't any time to be messing around, and they did make it 2-0, but thankfully it was offside and the game is still at 1-0. In the second half though, Charlton Athletic, wow, it's almost as if I was playing against Barcelona. They was just passing the ball around nice and smoothly, and with that it did end up with extending their lead to 2 goals, and before we knew it, our chances of heading through to the next round of the Capital One Cup were very, very slim and almost over. We had another half hour to play, but the way the game was playing out against Charlton, I really couldn't see that happening. Wasn't really optimistic about our chances, but to be fair, I'm here to get Shrewsbury Town promoted. Obviously it would be a bonus to get through to the next round of the Capital One Cup. It is going to be hard for us in the next couple of seasons, but my main focus, as I've already mentioned, is to get the team promoted and get us up into the top tier of English football, and then go from there, you know, bringing in new players, just strengthening this team. It needs to be done, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be fighting for good results when it comes to domestic cup competitions like the Capital One Cup. I'll definitely be going out there giving it my all. We did get a chance here at the 84th minute. Josh Feller was shown too much of the ball, mistake made there by Charlton. You can see they're just playing so deep, trying to hold on to a 2-0 lead. James Wilson did get a good chance there. Keeper saved, and it came back out to Aaron Wildig, who was perfectly positioned, just waiting for it. Got us into the game. There's 4 minutes to go, and I thought, surely we can't get a second goal and take this into extra time and penalties. That would have been fantastic. But again, you know, I did keep fighting for the good result, and Wildig did find a through ball pass to James Wilson, and what a save by Henderson, just stopping the ball there with just his foot. Simple as that, and then he picked it up, and that was the end of the game for Shrewsbury. We are out of the Capital One Cup, but not to worry, we've got other competitions to focus on now as well, like the FA Cup, which starts soon, and at the end of this month, the Johnston's Paint Trophy, where we will play Crawley Town. You guys will see that in the next episode or two, and that's a trophy I want to get my hands on. After the game against Charlton then, I did receive a loan offer from Cambridge United for youngster Josh Ginley. Hopefully if he does well over at Cambridge, then I might be able to sneak him into the first team and see how he gets on then, maybe next season. So our next game after that miserable midweek fixture against Charlton Athletic was away against Oxford United. Now Oxford United, they're a tough side to come up against, and I could definitely see them pushing for maybe top spot or just being around in that vicinity come the end of the season, maybe getting promotion as well up into League One. Oxford almost got off to a flying start 30 minutes into this game with that free kick way outside the box. They did make my keeper work as he did save it, but let go, and I'm just thankful that Goldson was there to mop up and just clear the danger altogether. If it was an Oxford player, someone like Brown, it definitely would have been put into the back of the net. Speaking of my keeper as well, Luke Wheeler, I thought he was having probably the game of the season so far. I know it's only 2 games in, but look at that for a fantastic performance. Just when I thought Potter was going to make it 1-0 for Oxford, Leutwiler pulls off a fantastic second save, keeping the game at 0-0. That's what the next-gen goalkeeping is all about in FIFA 15. Absolutely love it. It did end 0-0. Neither team managed to find the back of the net, but it was a solid point for Shrewsbury Town at the end of the day. We're unbeaten in the league, only 2 games in. That's it from me then, guys. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.